Welcome back to the Detail Garage. Today we've got this black Escalade in the shop. It's covered in some light dust and debris, but the main thing is it's got a lot of scratch and swirls over it. And black paint, this is something that shows scratch and swirls, oxidation, and imperfections and water spots. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the surface, prep it, and get it ready for polishing. Over here I've already got my 2 buckets set up with water. I'm going to be using our brand new Torque R. This is our new foam cannon. It's going to be producing more foam with less soap. Also over here I've got my big mofo wash mitt. It has all these noodles, so it'll trap all that foam, adding lubrication to the wash so we don't scratch the vehicle. And since it's super big, it'll cover a lot of area because this is a large vehicle in less time. So let's start by putting our dirt traps in the bucket. I've got 2 here, 1 red, 1 green. The color doesn't make a difference as long as you keep them straight. One's going to be your wash bucket. This will have your soap solution in there. As you can see, I'm inserting it at an angle so I don't trap any air underneath it. And then as you push it to the bottom, it's going to create a seal, which is going to trap all that dirt underneath it. And then the second bucket, this is just for my rinsing. I'm going to place it in the same manner at an angle, push it all the way to the bottom, and now it's created a nice tight seal so none of that dirt can come back into my fresh water. So over here, as I mentioned before, this is our new foam cannon R. This is going to use less soap but create more foam under less pressure. And then I'll also be using our new Strip% soap. If you love the smell of Strip%, now you have it in your car wash, as you're washing. I'm just going to add a couple ounces of this to the soap solution bottle. And then I'll also add some into our soap bucket. Now typically with any car wash, you want to start with the dirtiest area of the vehicle, which is always going to be the rims. So before we start foaming down the vehicle, I'm going to jump on that and then we'll get into the actual washing process. So now you see the car is covered in a rich, thick foam. Now we're going to start actually using the wash mitt to take all that dirt and grime off. As I mentioned before, this is the big mofo. I'm going to just take it in my clean water bucket, get all that foam in there, and this is going to add lubrication so we don't create any new scratches or swirls. So we'll start with the top. On any detail, you want to start at the highest point. This way you can knock down all the heavy dirt and grime, and it won't go in your cleaned areas. And also you want to take note that you're going in single or linear directions. This way, if you pick up a rock or a stick or some kind of contaminant that can actually scratch your paint, you won't create a swirl, because a swirl is a lot easier to notice and a lot harder to remove. So now that I've got a portion of the top started cleaning, it's picked up a lot of dirt in the wash bin. I'm going to come over to my rinse bucket and push it all the way down against the dirt trap. And this is going to help release all the dirt and contaminants that are embedded in the noodles. And then it's going to trap it underneath the cyclone dirt trap. Now I'll take it out of the bucket and wring out as much of this dirty water as I can. This will prevent bringing any of the dirty water into my clean bucket solution. And that thusly will reduce the chance of scratching the vehicle. So now I'll come back to the clean water, get some more soap and foam, and keep on washing. So now that the car is all rinsed off, it's got a bunch of water in there, we don't want to let that sit and create water spots, so we're going to start drying it off. Over here I've got my woolly mammoth towel. This is a super plush towel that's going to pick up all the water without smearing or streaking. And also, since it has a silk banded edge, it's not going to create any new scratches or swirls. So all you have to do is lay it on the vehicle and then just pull it off in one direction. You don't want to go in any circular motions, because as I mentioned before, if you pick up any kind of contaminant, you can create a swirl, which is a lot easier to see and a lot harder to remove. So as long as you go in linear motions, it'll pick up all the water nicely and it won't create swirls. So the wash and dry process is pretty straightforward, but we brought the truck inside for its final touches. This is the things that's going to set this car apart from the rest. The plastics on this truck and the tires, they've kind of faded and turned gray over time, which really takes away from the whole effect of the vehicle. So we're going to be using our brand new V7 dressing. This is safe for any vinyl, rubber, and plastic. It's basically an oil-based dressing that's going to penetrate the plastic, give it a high shine, and some protection. So to help me apply it, I've got this foam applicator. I'm just going to spray it directly onto it. And you want to work it into the plastics. And it's imperative that you clean the plastic so that it has a clean surface for it to bond to. This way it doesn't just melt off, or it'll have a surface that it can actually penetrate through.
I'm never slacking, but never stop stacking. They never caught in the middle of action, not clapping.
And once you've applied your dressing, you can always come back with a clean microfiber towel and buff off any excess. But if you want that higher, richer, deeper, blacker shine, just go and let it sit there and dry. outside when I was washing the truck, I went ahead and washed the wheel wells while I was at it. But as you can see now, the dirt has released all the, it shows the surface that's underneath it, and it's really gray and kind of dulled out. So using the same V7 dressing, I'm going to go ahead and clean all this plastic up, get it looking right. All you do is spray it on your applicator, and then work it into the plastic. And already you can see that it brings back that rich, deep black tuxedo style finish that adds to the overall look of the vehicle. So I'm just about done with this wheel well. I'm going to go ahead and finish off all these wheels. If you guys want to learn more about these products, check it out on our website, chemicalglass.com. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys next time right here in the Detail Garage.
I'm never slack, never stop stacking, never